The moment I landed in Paris, France, was such, well, I got there at night. So it was such an amazing experience. Um, Very pretty, very busy. And then once I started driving at night, well, I actually got picked up by family. So when I drove in the car, just viewing the city at night, seeing the lights, I knew from that moment that I was going to really like it. And I did, honestly. So in this video, I'm going to talk about my Paris, France trip. It was beautiful, amazing. I went during the summer, so it was really hot, and I love that because I love heat. I'm the, heat hot girl. So it was amazing. So in this video, I'm going to talk about, my trip to France. I did go alone, even though I did stay with family, but every single activity in any journey and sites I did it solo. Now, I did visit the Eiffel Tower with my cousin, and I was able to see other parts of France with family. So they did drive me around and show me different sites and different neighborhoods. But my entire experience in Paris was amazing. And honestly, if you're thinking about going to France and you don't have anyone to go with, just go alone. I mean, it's in Western Europe. Why not? It's such a popular, huge tourist destination. You'll be fine, honestly. And I know that there's a lot of things out there that talk about you should know basic French, excuse me. And I think you should, honestly, because at that time, I went back in August of 2022. I was there for a long time, so I did France, went to the UK, then I came back to France. So I ended up leaving France end of September, and I loved it. Till this day, I still miss it. I haven't been back since because I was just so excited with all the other countries I was able to visit all around the world. But I know the next summer I'll be there. So, hi everyone, my name is Mimi. In this channel, I talk about my daily vlogs about life, how I was able to grow and change ever since I became a digital nomad, which basically means I just dropped everything in my home-based country and I started just traveling around full time, just moving from different countries, places to places, and just learning more about myself, learning more about the country's history, their culture, language, all of that. So back to the main topic, which is Paris. Now, honestly, Paris is a big city. It's amazing. Their public transportation system is exceptional, honestly. I was there in August, so normally my family did share with me that most of the fun and great activities were not available, and many restaurants were closed because a lot of, locals, they go away for a month, they take off or whatever. But honestly, despite me missing out on those, nice places and clubs, I still enjoyed it. I had so much fun, honestly. I mean, the first destination that I went to, I actually went with my cousin, honestly, because she's a fluent French speaker and we were together most of my time in France. So we did a few activities together, but granted that she does work full time and I was just there on holiday, I said, why not? Let me just go, My French was like beginner. I didn't know anything. I barely knew. I couldn't hold a conversation in French, but I just went and I said, okay, I'm going to figure this out. This is how you learn. This is how you be comfortable with being uncomfortable. So the first site that I visited was the Eiffel Tower. I almost said it in French, Tour d'Eiffel. But I went to the Eiffel Tower. I went with my cousin when I visited the Eiffel Tower. And the best part of it was we went at night. So we went inside. I think we did like the second level of the Eiffel Tower. So you do have the option of going all the way to the top. But my cousin, I think we both were uncomfortable doing that. And I knew I would get a bit dizzy and sick. So I didn't bother going to the top. We went to the second level or eighth. I can't remember the exact level, but we took a lot of videos. We took pictures. I was able to see the main, the beautiful center of Paris at night. It was beautiful. It was an amazing experience, So that was the best highlight that I was able to accomplish during my visit in France. And then from the top, Tour de Eiffel, basically just saying in French, I ended up going to the Louvre Museum. So that's pretty much a very known, common museum where a lot of like models and like people go to take pictures. You know, they do the whole pyramid stand with their finger. Well, I did that. Me and my cousin, we actually did that together. And then we also went inside the Louvre. So, fortunate for her, she was under the age requirement where it's free of charge. And I was older, so I had to pay. I didn't mind that. It was really nice. It was a lot of like history stuff. I'm not gonna lie, we did get bored very quickly, so we didn't spend too much time. I mean, I was ready to go because I was hungry, and I said to myself, I don't think people even come in here. They just come to visit the Louvre, but they stand outside and take pictures. We actually went in, which I don't want to say you shouldn't go inside. I mean, I guess it's nice, but to me, I think it was just a waste of time because I got bored quick. But it was really nice. It was beautiful. I took even more pictures when I got inside the Louvre. So that was also another highlight of my exciting journey in France. And I also visited a very known garden. So it's like the one of the gardens in France, and unfortunately I cannot remember the name, but this is what it looks like. I'll add a visual here to show you this beautiful garden in France. They have real fishes swimming in that pond. I was so impressed by that. It just looked so beautiful, so peaceful. There were many people just sitting outside right next to the flowers that were blooming. It was like very romantic, you know, it was just me scrolling along, but I didn't mind that at all. It was beautiful. And honestly, I just felt happy. And I felt like a local there too for some reason, because I just felt like, oh, this is a place where I can live, you know? Even though it was just a trip, but when you visit a country and you like it and you're having a great time, why not enjoy it and make the most of it, you know? So after visiting the Jardin, I ended up seeing like Sacré-Cœur. That's also like a really huge Catholic church in France. Um, Unfortunately, I did not go inside, but it's really known for its beautiful architecture of the church. They have a lot of stairs, so I didn't make it to the top, unfortunately. But just being in that area by itself was very busy. A lot of other tourists was there taking pictures. I was pretty exhausted with trying to make my way up, so I didn't take much pictures of myself when I did that. And I just enjoyed the scenery of it. It was very nice. And I would say the other site that I visited was definitely, you know, the most calm and busy area, Champs-Élysées. That was beautiful. Now, I'm from New York City, so Champs-Élysées reminded me of Fifth Avenue, honestly. Just so many luxurious stores. It was Louis Vuitton, Dior, Sephora. I mean, I'm not really into the whole luxurious brands, but I had no idea most of them, L'Oreal, Chanel, was all French. I mean, you see, I mean, even though I'm a woman and it's expected to me to know that, but as an American, when you see all these things everywhere, every single day, you don't think about where it comes from. Well, for me, I can't speak for everyone else, but I don't really think about those things. I'm just like, oh, right, that's Chanel, that's Louis Vuitton. But then when you get to France, when you go and travel and explore, these are the things that you learn, honestly. And I said, wow, like this is gorgeous, you know? I even visited the Sephora. I went inside Sephora in Champs-Élysées and it was huge, beautiful, like busy like every other Sephora store around the world, busy, packed, everyone trying makeup, perfume, lipstick, all that, all those different glips and glams, but it was amazing. I mean, I just had so much fun enjoying myself in that city. I love visiting cities that are just convenient for me. I can take an Uber if I feel like it, or I can just depend on public transportation. I wouldn't mind that. I don't mind taking the subway. I don't mind taking the tram, the metro, because it just gives me a sense to, okay, I got to pay attention to where I need to get off. I don't have a clue what this says in their language, but maybe if I use City Mapper, Google Maps, and learn how to travel, learn how to get to certain places, it's all a learning experience. And honestly, you are outside of your comfort zone. You learn so much when you do things out of the norm, honestly. Like My entire digital nomad journey has changed my life. I am not the same person that I was when I first started. I was so shy, I was naive, I didn't know anything. But just as I kept going and doing things out of the norm and knowing that I didn't know any French, but every single day I was out of the house. Every single day I was just exploring. I spent one day staying with family because that was my entire trip. I just stayed with my loved ones, getting to know them and just meeting them because obviously, why not? But it's really a tremendous experience. I mean, if you're going to visit Paris, if you want to visit Paris, you can go. And honestly, I didn't get the chance to visit Disneyland Paris, because I was supposed to go with my other cousin, but our schedules just never worked out, honestly. I mean, they were all working full time, and me, I was just out. So it was so hard to plan something, honestly, to go together and just do things. But it is what it is. I know for a fact that I will be back in that country again. I'm not sure when, because I'm kind of enjoying my time, just exploring different places. And it's just been a tremendous experience for me. I love Paris. I do. It's very diverse. The food is great. I had a lot of, African food, like Senegalese food. I definitely went to Chateau Rouge. That's like an area where they have all the different products that you need and, all those different things that you can buy, you know, that you're used to at home. And I loved it. I loved it. And I would go back in a heartbeat. And honestly, if I can live there, I would live there. France was amazing. I highly recommend you go. Try it. I think it might be nice. You can even go during Christmas. I know no one wants to do anything on Christmas alone, but maybe before the holidays, so that way you can see all the beauty and the beautiful custom decorations that they put around the city. Go during spring or summer. Summer's great. The weather's nice. You can relax, enjoy yourself. But honestly, I loved Paris. I would go as many times as I can, even though, currency wise, it is a bit expensive. It can be expensive. It can, if you're not budgeting properly. But I was fortunate enough to stay with my family, so I didn't really have to worry too much about accommodation because I stayed with them the majority of my stay. And it's worth the trip. I have nothing but positive things. Now, obviously, excuse me, things don't always work out as planned, but that's life. Nothing is ever going to work out fine. There's always going to be challenges. I hope you found this helpful. Tune in to hear more about my other countries that I visited and things that I've learned from it. And hopefully you found this helpful. Any feedback or questions you have, please feel free to put it in the comments. Subscribe if you want to hear more. I'm on a journey to share everything with you guys. Thank you so much. Cheers.